See, this is the problem with touchscreen monitors. They're kind of worthless. Like they can only cause issues, but they're not useful.
Hello?
When you are you can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, because when you actually like use a touchscreen monitor, never, right? You
Oh, yeah.
accidentally touch it.
You only use it accidentally.
Yes.
Uh,
And then they always bug out. Like I didn't even touch it. It was just that my mouse was hovered over the thing and somehow it decided it was gonna touch it. So but oh yeah, so what I was saying was this is basically like the thing is like you might as well just run a mastermind group and charge $1,000 a month.
mm,
And you what you can do with that also is then I mean if you're doing $1,000 a month, then when you get your leads on your email list, you send out an email and you basically get phone numbers. Like you put out a form, right, that people are interested in coaching, and then you call them and you close them on the phone for $1,000 a month for a mastermind group, and you're going to have a higher close rate. In person on phone call close rate is super high, and it's worth it for $1,000. And you can close, if you do a push and sale on that, you might get like 100 leads, and you can probably
no.
close 25 of them.
So
So,
hang on. The value proposition is not clear to me. You're asking me to ask people to pay $1,000 for a book discussion club?
well, no, it's not it's a mastermind. It's a mastermind at that point. It just happens to be centered around books, but you're using a book as sort of a study guide to teach lessons, to go through business
Let
problems,
me ask
right?
you this:
You're having a hot seat, huh?
Would you pay $1,000 for that?
For a mastermind, you're just making a mastermind at this point.
No, no, no. What would the mastermind have to be for you to pay $1,000
What
if it's
is
all around book clubs?
what is
It's all
any
around.
mastermind? What is
No,
any
but this one is
mastermind?
around books, right? We know this is
You're
all
getting
about.
together a bunch of people that read books,
Mhm,
right? That have businesses or want to start
mhm.
businesses,
Right.
and you're teaching them from the books, right? You're having discussions, they're making connections. It's a mastermind, right? That's you see what I'm
Well,
saying? Like there's no
it's not as simple as what you're trying to make it right now.
I'm I'm just saying like masterminds are simple. Everyone does masterminds, right? There's a simple formula, right, for doing masterminds. Every single high ticket, internet marketer has some kind of mastermind, inner circle, whatever it is, right? And they charge anywhere
Right.
from 1,000 to
Well,
$3,000 a
the
month.
books
Okay,
cannot be the value, the
it
end
doesn't.
value.
Yeah, forget the books. I'm talking about if you're going to spend an hour a week of your time on a live call, you just need to do a mastermind. Otherwise, you need to figure out a other way to charge $100 a month that doesn't require an hour of your time on a live call every week. Because if you're going to spend an hour of your time on a live call every week, just do a mastermind. Just do a business mastermind. You see what I'm saying? Right? You've read hundreds of business books. You're qualified to do a business mastermind, right? Like you see what I'm saying? Like you can coach people from that. Your audience is full of people that read books. You can do a mastermind is I'm just saying for your time. If you're going to spend the time of an hour a week or whatever on a live call, then you should do the high ticket thing. If you're otherwise, if you want to figure out a way to make $100 a month on a recurring, it can't be your time. It has to be something that does not require you.
Yeah. It can require me initially, but then that can be phased out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If you have a library of book summaries, the only problem with that is like you're competing with Blinkist, you're competing with what was that other
Exactly.
one?
So I'm
Snapper or
competing
whatever
with
it
book
is.
summaries right now directly, but if I go down this route, then I'm not
Although
because
Blinkist sucks balls. They sucks. I can't even like I was gonna unsubscribe. I've been trying to like figure out. I just went through the book summary for launch just to
Mhm,
see.
mhm,
Sucks balls. I mean, like
yeah.
horrible. It is not a it is so bad. I've gone through a few of their summaries now. It's just horrible. Bad, 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 bad.
They got amateurs doing that shit.
Yeah.
Um, um, yeah, that's the reason why I do what I do. But
But it doesn't matter. Like you're still competing with the bottom. Like it's
exactly.
gonna be a commodity market if you have a book summary library.
Well, that's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. That if we do $100 a month, and it's always led by an expert. Today, I am the expert, but in the future, I can have the author be a part of the discussion, do whatever. Like at $100 a month, the options are unlimited in how you scale that damn thing. I can have the author do it, or I can have, say, I can ask people, hey, which one of you has actually read this book, actually loves this book, and would like to lead the discussion next time around, and make it more
Okay.
about.
I got something for you. Okay. $100 a month. Okay. You're part of a community of people who are avid book readers, right? Who want to get the most, or who want to meet other people who are like, right? Because like, again, like I know this, you know this, right? When we go to a social event, within like 10 minutes, you know if someone is like well read, and if they're well read, you're having like an hour discussion with them, right? Because you're like, oh, you read this book, right? And it's like a secret society. Like people don't understand from the outside, but you know, I've met those people. We were just having a discussion about making the podcast, and there's a bunch of them that I could rattle off. You know, Brandon Carter, Mario Tomic, RSD Max even has. You know, he's one of those people, right? You know, like you connect with these people, and you're like, oh, damn, like because you have so many things to talk about because you have read the same books, right? And so there's value in just that. But here's the other thing. What you do is, I like the author idea, right? And these people are going to be reading these books anyway. So here's the added value that you do is you find authors that are launching new books. Okay. So let's say Robert Greene, right? Like he just launched that, the Laws of Human Nature, right? I bet if you reach out to him and his publisher right before then, when they were doing the press push, and you said, look, I have this book community. Okay. All these people, there's like 500 people in the community. You know, they're avid readers, they're promoters. A lot of them have blogs, they have audiences, they're entrepreneurs, right? They're building businesses. Here's what, you know, give my audience, like this is how this model works, is you give my audience a free copy of your book, right? The audio version of the book. You just give them Audible credits or a Kindle version of the book, doesn't matter, right? Whatever it is, just give me a free, you know, 500 copies to give to every one of my community members. I'll have you on, right? Interview you, right? I'll put it'll be an interview for my community members, right? For a book discussion, to get them hyped up about the book. And we'll go through the book, like we'll teach the book for this month. It'll be our book of the month or whatever it is. But we'll record this. We'll use this in our media. Like we'll publish this out. Part of we'll do a separate interview with you or whatever, right? You give them a whole package, right? For the author. And you basically say, you're going to get huge publicity from this. You're going to have like 500 influencers, right? That are going to be reading your book, getting advanced copies or getting free copies of your book, right? I'll be selling my membership, you know, promoting your book, saying that we have Robert Greene. This is the book that we're doing this month. I'll be doing, you know, video content based on that. So you're going to get like 4 YouTube videos from me this month promoting it. You're going to get YouTube videos and blog posts from my other community members, because I'm going to be telling them to write summaries. Part of the homework of this club is to write a book summary of the book on, or either do it on YouTube or do it on their blogs, right? Then what you're offering the community is access to an author, a free book that they're going to buy anyway, right? So they're going to get free books, the selection of good books that are going to come out, and access to you, like a bunch of stuff. And on the other side, you're getting these connections with the authors, and you're offering the author something that is, I mean, how are you going to turn that down as an author? If you're like, I mean, they're going to give you the free books, they're going to give you the access, right? You're going to be able to do that, and you're going to get excellent content and a name to be able to promote your membership. That would be something that no one else has.
Right. So the assumption there is that I would have this community of these bloggers slash people who are influencers and who will be able to help them promote, which is you know, a whole marketing effort by itself in order to get those people. It's one thing to currently have a community of people the way I have. Now I have to go find those people and make the assumption that authors will always want to be a part of something like this.
Well, you're not going to find every author, but people like, I mean, these big book launches, Robert Greene, I've seen him on, like he definitely did, right? He would have done it like, you know, Atomic Habits, James Clear would have done it. I'm almost sure, right? Like there's a lot of these ones that would certainly do it, and you only got to find 12 a year, okay, because you do it once a month,
Right.
and then and then the thing is like I don't know, there's just a lot of value. Plus, it doesn't have to be like you don't have to find bloggers. You just make it as part of this course. You just make the homework that you need to do some kind of public summary of this book. Like this is like you
Okay.
just make
So
that part of the way that you learn the book. You take the
so
notes.
value add, like let's keep the author out of the value add in the sense I'm not worried about the author providing the book for free or not. It's not a big deal. I can pay for the book. If people are paying $100 a month, $10 for the book is not a big deal. The bigger question is, will people pay to be part of a group where they are in a call with the author on a monthly basis, a call that an author that I actually decide rather than them knowing who it is and what's going to happen?
Yeah, because part of what they're paying for and the way you position this is part of what they're paying for is your expertise in selecting the book and the author, right? You're the one who knows, like they want to know, like the biggest
So
thing for avid readers, right,
would you
is
would you pay to be part of a community where you get to discuss books with the author?
yeah, for sure.
How much would you pay for it?
It depends. I mean, it depends on what it
What
is.
does it depend on?
I'd be willing to pay $100 a month
$100 a month, and what are you expecting to get out of it?
to be able to get on the call with author and ask questions and discuss
Do
books
you
with other
care
people.
how many people are in the community if you are going to do that?
Yeah, yeah, because I want to be able to make connections with other people, entrepreneurs that have the same interests as me and get their perspectives and be part of the community of discussing the books, right?
So, what are the key things that you want in the community for you to want to invest in this?
Enough people, committed people that are
Enough,
active,
as in how many?
enough people that I can make connections, right? That's the thing.
So,
I don't know what the number
explain
is,
more to me. Explain more. What do you mean by that?
right? I'd want to meet
Talk
people
about it.
that I'm going to be able to gain value from, that I'm going to be able to make connections with, right? To do business with in the future, to that are going to expand my network, right? In valuable ways, right? That I'm going to learn, that maybe I can build into masterminds, right? That type of thing.
So it would. So you're saying if this was only open to six-figure plus entrepreneurs, it would make it much better.
Yes, for sure. Yep.
Maybe that's the pitch.
Yeah.
This is only for six figures plus entrepreneurs who
And
want
then and now you've got qualification built in,
right. And
which
so
is good.
you get on a call with me, you talk about it, and then, well, to sell $100 a month, it's not worth for me to get on a call. I'm
No,
assuming you do it.
it is at first. This
At
is at
first.
first. This is how
What do
you
you mean?
build it, right?
Initial 10 or 20 people.
Maybe even 100 people in. Get 100 people in by doing direct calls and making them talk to you to screen them first. It's a good way to jumpstart it.
Okay, so I was talking to my friends, other friends in War Room. He has a real estate business, and I was talking about the same exact thing. And he said, "I'd pay $100 even if there wasn't an author, but we got on a weekly call as a group to study the book of the month. I don't want a weekly book. That's too much.
The book. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Right. I want one book a month, and we just study it together. We get on a weekly call. We talk about the book. If you get the author, maybe I'll pay 200. But if it's just, even if it's internal and it's just a bunch of us talking about the book, but if we study it and we discuss it and we apply it, I'd pay somewhere from $49 to $99 a month for that."
Yeah.
Is that your understanding? Is that something you would pay for as well, the same way?
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if the author was not involved, but you had other people who were like sharp, like who were.
If they're sharp, yeah.
They have a business, and they're, let's say it's a marketing book club.
Yeah.
Now the other question that came up was, I was like, okay, I should just make it a marketing and sales book club. He's like, no, I want it to be open to all sorts of books.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. Again, what you're talking about is doing this as a book club, is you getting on a weekly call though. Like you might as well just do a business entrepreneurship
I
mastermind.
don't. The thing is, right now I am doing it, but I don't need to do it for the rest of the business.
You don't need to do the master. I mean, it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you make $100 a month when you can make $1,000 a month?
You can't make $1,000 a month doing book summary discussions.
No, just do a mastermind.
No, but then these book summaries are actually going into our archive for future consumption as well.
For what? Your product you're selling is $100 a month. It doesn't make any sense. If you're gonna, if you're gonna be there,
if you're selling a completely different thing, the
mastermind. Sell a course. The 12 books that will change your life. A monthly course, right? Do the first year live, and then and it's $100 a month, and then after that, then you can have a pre-recorded course. That I could buy into. That makes sense. Like the 12 books that would change your life. Right?
Change your life or change your business?
Your life. Your business is part of it. Like just your pitches. I've read 2,000 books in my life, or 1,000 books, whatever it is, right? Out of that, here's the top 12 books that like I'm perfectly positioned to tell you 12 books that are going to absolutely change your life that you need to read, and we're going to go over these books, and you're going to, instead of you having to read 1,000 books like I've read, these are the 12, right? And this is the what to get from them, and this is all the wisdom that you need, essentially. Like this is the 80-20. This is 20% of 80% of the books that are out there.
So in that case, I'm actually selling a specific. I'm telling them these are the books. You might have read them. You might have read them numerous times, but it doesn't matter. Right. Because most of the times, if you're going after the book lovers and you tell them these are the 12 life-changing books we'll study, they're like, oh, I've already read them. Why do I need to?
They haven't read all 12, though. There's going to be 4 of them on that list.
Yeah, maybe they've read 2, 3, 4, 5, right? Maybe they read 50%. Most likely, most people would have read 50% of those books. These are very popular books, right?
Yeah. And at this point, you're also changing your audience slightly, right? At the book club, like the book enthusiast ones, you're hitting the people that read like 30, 40 books a year. At this point now, you're hitting the people that read 10 books a year to 20 books a year, because you're more appealing to them, because you're saying these are the 12 books that you need, right? You can hit that segment better with this offer. It's a larger segment.
It is a larger segment.
Fuck, you can even make it so that people choose their course. It'd be kind of fun. Like where they're like, you can make it so people choose their course, right? So like, okay, think of it this way, right? You got 12 months, right? You got 12 books. Okay, so there's going to be like 3 books or 4, that are, let's say, everyone starts with, right? And then when you get to month 4, you make a choice. Are you more interested in being an entrepreneur or advancing your career, working for someone else, right? And then based on that choice, like you branch, and it could be like 2 months or 2 different months.
Focus on business in general. I don't want to talk about career and all that crap.
Well, but you can go in different. I mean, it doesn't have to be career. It could be like it could be like romantic. Like, how's your sex life? It could be like, how's your personal skills, right? Like they can basically choose the things that are interesting or important to them, and have different pathways. I mean, start off with just 12 that doesn't have any path, right? But as you get feedback from people, if you make a pathway, so it's like a customized like roadmap for them, I would pay money for that. Seriously, that would be valuable, is to have that where it's like, you're customizing it. You're going down these paths. Like, what do you want to become? Like, what is your outcome that you want? And this is the book, you're guiding, you're providing that expert guidance as well. So
right? So let me throw another idea. Instead of me doing complicated customization, all of that stuff could get painfully complex. But instead, what I could sell is 12 life-changing books,
Yep.
or 12 great marketing books, or 12 greatest entrepreneurship books, and literally sell these 3 different courses so I don't have to complicate what happens inside one.
It would be more cool if you have the path for sure. Like people will get amped on, but forget about it. Forget V1 is anyway. V1 is just 12. It doesn't have any branches. It doesn't have anything. These are the 12 life-changing books. Now, here's the other benefit of doing this 12 life-changing books course. Okay,
Mhm.
is when you have these 12, you can start reaching out to those authors, right? And you can start saying, look,
They already
this
died,
is,
most of
huh?
them.
It doesn't matter. Someone has the foundation. I mean, some, you know, I mean, like some of them will be alive, right? Right. I mean, but
Most of them are dead, but yeah.
but you can still reach out to the foundations, right? You can reach out to the stewards of, right, whoever, and you can get like some, you can get some deals. You can get some exclusive content. You can, you know, if they're alive, interview the author. You know, get the, you can get stuff, right? Because they're gonna want, you know, you're basically saying like these are the 12 books. This is one of the 12 books, right? That's a powerful marketing pitch for them as well. So
Yeah. Yeah, you could get something out of them. It's adding complexity to me having to do all of those things.
well, you don't have to do that. That's the beauty of this.
Yeah.
That's a bonus. You can add that on later. You can, all you need to do is come up with the course and the 12 books, and you teach it live the first 12 months, right? And then you've got this course, right, that you can guide people through.
All right. So the initial thought was a book of the month club for 12, like monthly book of the month club, but instead you're saying life-changing books. So these are well-defined books rather than book of the month, flavor du jour, right?
Right.
If I had to sell you, if you're selling yourself on it, but if I were to say, hey, John, put the money down today, what would you need to see for you to say, okay, I'm going to put the money down today?
It's a good question. I think it probably would be like, what I would want to see, like, what, how is this going to transform my life? Like, what is the difference?
Mm-hmm.
Right? What, you know, what will these, if I do this and I listen to these books, why?
Mm.
Like, what will I become? What did I start out as, and what will I become if I do this? How will this transform my life?
Okay. When we were doing book of the month club, and I said we'll do a weekly discussion of the book for a month and then move on to the next one, what was different?
What was different there?
Yeah.
The difference, well, there's a couple things. One is that these are life-changing books, right? This is the 12 best books, right? I don't know like what kind of books are going to come that you're going to select. I mean, for someone who's really into books, who's read a lot of books, then, you know, having you curate new books every month so that I know what to read is good. But for someone who hasn't, who only reads like maybe 10 or 20 books a year, having the 12 that I need, or even someone who doesn't read very much, who wants to get into reading, the 12 that are going to change my life is more important. And then the bigger piece of this is that this can become a course in pre-recorded content. It's not going to require you to be there every week. Here's the other thing that you can add with this, right? Okay, you keep doing your book summaries. You're going to be doing book summaries anyway. If they're a member of this course, and as long as they're part of the community afterwards, they get access to all of the book summaries, and you're adding new book summaries every month, right? Because you're going to be doing that anyway, right? So that's, I mean, there you go. To me, that's a hell of a value.
So let me ask you this: instead of, if I did 12 life-changing books for a book a month club, instead if I did 50 life-changing books for the whole year, what would you rather be interested in?
12. I can't read 50 books.
You can.
I know, but I'm playing the devil's advocate. Most people are like, oh, 50 is too much. One a month I can do. One a month is stretching it for most people, honestly.
So a book a month is probably the right number here. The format is or the structure is what's really, or which books to pick is probably the bigger argument here. But then also the other argument is, once you're done with 12 life-changing books, you're done. You can't really sell those people on the next thing because they already went through the 12 life-changing books. Now what?
No, they're part of the community now. Remember, we talked about this. Remember, I was saying like the best thing, I think honestly, the best thing that you could possibly do right now is have one product that is a course that it has a continuity program baked in afterwards, right? So they're in here for a year. When they graduate, they get a special badge. They're part of the graduating class, right? They stay in the community, in the forum.
Would they pay anymore?
Because they're discussing, because they're part of the community, they're part of the forum, they have access to all the content, right?
No, what's the next level of value add for them other than the community?
It's, you don't put yourself on the treadmill. The whole point is to not put yourself on the treadmill. You're happy selling this up front. The community is going to be the most avid, like active people from the life-changing books that aren't going to care. They're going to pay $99 a month. First of all, their life has changed. They're making more money. They don't give a shit. $99. I'll pay $99 a month to be part of this community that changed my life.
You won't pay
after
you have already gotten the value. You've been in part of the community for a year. You've already seen everything. You've talked about the books. Now you're like, okay, I'm done talking about those books.
No, they're still getting access to your book summaries, and new book summaries are coming out. They want to be part of the community with their friends that are still in there. There's a lot of powerful pulls there. Now, granted, you're probably going to have a 75% drop off rate, if not 80%, but that's fine. You're going to keep 20% of them on the continuity program, but you're only counting on making the sales up front. You just have to have the continuity program, right? They're going to have like, again, and then every once in a while you're going to throw a bone to them, and you're going to add a new book or something like that, or you're going to create some new content and you're going to drop it in there. You're just not going to be guaranteeing that, right? It's just going to be like bonus shit that you drop in there, right?
Yeah. 12 life-changing books. Book of the Month Club is much more, let's put it this way. Book of the Month Club has a extended lifespan in terms of the product itself. It's not a big deal to be on a treadmill to do a book a week, because the thing is, let's say we get to 1,000 members.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, you got some wrong assumptions here. It is not more likely to be, okay, if you do a book of the month club, okay, you're not, okay, if you do a book of the month club, what do you think that the drop-off rate is going to be?
20 to 30%.
Okay, so people are probably going to subscribe for 3 months, right? That's going to be your average customer lifetime value. Is going to be $300 or less than $300, somewhere around there, let's say. Okay, that's your average churn rate is going to be that. Okay, now if you sell a 12-month book, 12 books that'll change your life program, that's $1,200. But if you buy it in 3 payments, you can get it for $1,000, or one payment of $1,000, right? You are going to have a higher customer lifetime value, because the average churn rate on a monthly club would be 3 months. This is going to be much higher value.
I'm looking at it from another perspective as well. Once I get a stable number of people, maybe even 100, let's just say 100, okay? 100 people paying $100 a month. Now, I can have the authors come in and say, hey, man, I was leading the discussions. I would like you to lead the discussion. We'll buy your book, or we'll pay you whatever, maybe $500 a call to lead this call.
Okay, so now people stay on for 1 extra month. Now they're staying on for 4 months.
No.
You're still losing.
Now I'm out of it. Now I'm out of it. Now
you're not out of it. You still have to coordinate this. You still have to.
Now I can run the marketing and like really sell the damn thing rather than be on the treadmill to just do.
Yeah, you got to find new authors. You got to find new books. No good. Like make the course one time, 12 life-changing books. Those books aren't going to change. They're timeless. Uh, that's better. That's better for sure. There's no way, there's no reason to put yourself on a treadmill like this for 100
No,
bucks a month.
that's what I'm saying. This is
It's
not
just you're making it a service business. Do you want to be in a service business?
no, because then at some point, all of the thing is when I'm involved in the discussion, it is not automated, right? But if the author is involved, it is automated from my
It's
point of view.
it's not automated.
It is.
It's a service business at that point, right? I mean, yes, you could say that it's automated in the sense that you don't have to. Someone has to coordinate it. Someone has to go and find the authors.
Right.
You're gonna have to be the rain man for
But
a
the
while for
scalability
sure. Like
changes dramatically if I'm not the person delivering value.
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You'd rather deliver out for you to jump on a call and to discuss a book requires like it's fun. Like
Mhm.
it requires no effort from you. It is easy. It is like fish
Right,
swimming in
but
water.
still, there is only so much scalability with that compared to if the author is doing it for me, then I don't have to worry about the scale.
But you're trading the thing that is your element, which is discussing a book and
Mhm.
your value, for the thing that is not your element, which is going out and reaching out to authors and making deals and coordinating and scheduling and being a moderator for a discussion.
All of these
Not
things can be outsourced.
not for a long time.
Well,
Yes,
not for a long time, but yeah, I mean, if you're trying to build something
not a
that
good plan. Not it's no good. It's no good. You're going to be miserable doing that, and and you're going to have to reach a certain point before you can even just do a 12 course, 12 book course that you won't have to do this. You won't have to. You can reach out to authors one time, like you
okay,
can,
so
and you can keep on making the course better and improving the content on the course rather than like continually doing monthly calls that have no future value, right? It's much better to just have one course, and like I said, you can't compete with it. In order for this to be more profitable than a 12-month program, you're going to have to make the churn rate be, you're going to have the average customer subscription be over 12 months. Not going to happen. Or 10
yeah,
months.
the assumption, okay, so there's quite a few things there. It's probably much easier to get someone to sign up for $99 a month rather than just have them sell them on $1,000 package right up front, right? To sell $99 a month is much easier thing because they know they can back out of it. If anything, they're only out of 99 bucks, but $1,000 is a lot of money if they have to invest. So the sales process changes dramatically if you have to sell someone on $1,000 package compared to a $99 a month package.
Okay, fine. We can equalize that. You can still sell, if you want to, the 12 books that'll change your life at a $99 a month. That's fine. It's still a better thing all around. Like
At that point, there isn't really any difference in the only question was which books are we discussing, right? Instead of the books that exist today or the new books that are coming out.
if you want a course that you're going to be able to continue to pitch, that is your flagship thing, it's got to be something that you can improve over time, that you can that your marketing is going to improve for, right? Like if you have these 12 books that change your life, you're going to have testimonials, right? You're going to have like people that have changed their life. You've already got testimonials built in from those books, from people who've read one of those books and changed their lives, right? So like I don't know, there's a lot more advantage. It doesn't even have to be necessarily that, but I getting on the, like, if you're going to get on the live content treadmill, you have to do a mastermind and charge $1,000 a month or more. It's just ridiculous. Otherwise, just do coaching services, just do something else that, like, you can't value your time at that low of a rate, right?
No, the assumption is you will have enough people to pay for that.
It's still no good. It's no good. Mastermind, then, like, do a business entrepreneurship mastermind. Like it doesn't make any sense, like, for you to be continually putting out this content.
But even the 12 life-changing books, let's say I do this one time, we record the whole thing for the whole year,
Yeah.
weekly calls, blah, blah, blah. Now you're not going to sell that for $99 a month. Now the price goes down dramatically. It's not live. The value proposition that it was a live discussion has now gone away. It's just a recording.
No, it's the ultimate course on 12 books that'll change your life for $1,000, right? That's like, yeah, that's the value proposition.
Okay, so now we're actually discussing which books should be a part of it and how often I would be recording this. Because if I do this once and I'm done with it, being able to sell it at $1,000 again is probably much more difficult than if this was live and being able to sell $100 a month.
So maybe you have to sell it at $5.99. Not a big deal. I mean, I think you can still sell it for $1,000, but
I find it hard to believe that people will pay $1,000 to discuss 12 books that will change their life and a recording of that. Yes, they will pay monthly $100 a month for the book discussion.
Yeah, but so you need to sell them on the ability to change their life. You're selling the outcome, you're not selling book discussions on 12 books.
Right, but then here's the thing. When you're selling a discussion, there's a lot more that the person is actually taking in. But when you're selling a video recording of a course, then they're like, well, I'm just gonna fucking read the book. What the fuck are you doing here?
I don't know. That's not.
The guy just spends his life reading the book. You have 6 hours of book content there. What's the use of this course for $1,000 if I'm just gonna go ahead and read the book now?
It's a matter of knowing what books to read. It's a matter of
they already know what books. They'll be on the sales page.
No, they won't be on the sales page, and it's a community that you're going to have the discussions with the other people, right? You're taking yourself out of the live part of the equation.
Is what goes away as soon as it's not live anymore, right?
If you want, you could have a once a month on those same 12 books, right? Like call or something like that, or Q&A type of call. I still don't think you even need that, but yeah, the value you're selling is the transformation. It has nothing to do with the books. It has nothing to do with the book discussions, right? This is just the avenue, right, that you're using to sell this transformation. I don't know. I mean, it's I don't like the idea of being on the content on the treadmill of the live treadmill. The live treadmill is worse than the content treadmill. The content treadmill gives you returns forever, right? It's stuff that you're creating. It's assets. The live treadmill is just bullshit. Like it's a service business. If you're gonna do that, just do a mastermind. Just charge $1,000 a month and just do high ticket sales and sell mastermind slots. Like that's a fine way to go. But like doing the medium and charging $100 a month that's requiring you just as much time and effort as if you did a mastermind doesn't make any sense.
But if a mastermind would also, let's say you do a mastermind, you get 10 people paying $10,000 a month. I mean, $10,000 a year. You get 100,000. It's the same thing if you have 100 people on the call and you're getting them to pay $100 a month. But now there's more scalability in that. Like the 100 could still be 200 and you still do the same thing.
Yeah, but you can get 100 people paying $1,000 a month. You just have.
You can't do 100 people paying $1,000 a month for a mastermind. And
no, you have several pods that you've got, right? So
then that confuses the marketing and makes it complicated, right? So if you want to simplify everything, if you want to have one singular product offering, one singular membership offering, one flagship membership offering, that's what we're trying to figure out, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I would make it some kind of course. that has a continuity program after it. Even if you just taught people how to read books better, how to read books faster, how to get the most out of books for 3 months, something like that, that would be better than. I mean, it doesn't have to be 12 books to change your life, which is something I thought about, but it could be 12 books that change your life, and it could be a 3-month course, right? And then the continuity program afterwards. It could be how to read books and retain the most value from them, right? It could be, what I've learned, life lessons I've learned after reading 1,000 books, and it's, a life mastery type of 3-month course. It could be, there's a ton of things that you could do that could be a course, and then have a continuity program baked in afterwards, where they're getting access to the community,
I mean,
where they're getting
you
access
keep
to your book
saying
summaries.
the continuity program afterwards, but I don't really see anyone who does what you're trying to tell me. It's possible, probably, but everyone who has a continuity program has some sort of a content production going on.
But you're producing book summaries. You're not going to stop doing that. You're
Right.
just not committing to it, right? You have the forum, right? That's the thing, is right.
No, but if I'm just doing the book summaries, those are available at a much cheaper. The thing is, I cannot sell book summaries at $100 a month, straight up, unless there is some sort of a higher, something that involves higher value, whether it is a live discussion or it is a course format or something. Book summary by itself cannot be sold at a high price point.
Yeah. Again, don't make it about the book summaries. Make it about the result. Like, if you sell book summaries, you're selling a commodity. If you're selling a result, right, then you're selling something more than that. Then you can price it however you want to price it. It's not.
Well, that's what I mean. In some ways, that's what I do with the book summary packages. We sell specific end results rather than just the book summary.
Right.
But if I were to try and figure out a flagship product, it becomes complicated in terms of what I do.
Yeah, I don't know. I just come up with a course that's something that you're gonna push people into. It doesn't even matter. I mean, the continuity program is just a bonus, right? Don't worry about the continuity, because you can take continuity programs and you can take courses and you can make them the same thing by looking at the average customer lifetime value, right? It doesn't matter. Like, do I sell you something that you pay $99 a month as a continuity program, and your churn rate is the average churn rate is 3 months? Okay, and so now I'm essentially selling. It's the same thing as selling a product for $300. There's no difference.
It's true.
So it's just
here's the thing. What I'm trying to I think here's a bigger picture overview of what I'm trying to accomplish with this. Instead of being on the treadmill of creating courses all the time or creating book summaries are part of the business, so we do book summaries no matter what.
Yeah.
Instead of on the treadmill of like having to sell individual book summary every time at a low dollar price point value, which is there. If there's a way to sell, it doesn't take more from me to do a book summary live than to not do a book summary live. It actually is easier for me to do a book summary live than to not do it live.
Okay.
The reason why is because as soon as it's live, there is engagement, there's discussion, and it makes it actually higher quality compared to when I'm just sitting in my garage doing book summaries. Right?
Yeah.
So for as long as I want to, I can sell the live component of it. At some point, I can be like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay, fine. Make that a bonus, though. So here's what you do. Still make the course. You need a clear message, right? Book summaries is not, I don't know, like sell the course, and then as a bonus, say you also have access to these live book summaries I'm doing as being a part of the community member, right? Sell the course and be like, automatically you will have 3 months while you're taking this course of being part of the live summary book club as well, and the community whatnot, where you have access to these live calls that I do, and community members have access, and that's your continuity program, right? That's fine, but have the course so you have something to actually market and sell that actually has a tangible result. You can't promise a result from a book summary club you know, it is much harder to market. And the value proposition of paying $100 a month for the book summaries on books that you don't even know what the books are going to be is much more difficult to pitch. Have a course, have something that you're selling that is your main thing, and then you can still do that on the back end and make that part of your continuity program. But yeah, you've got to have something more concrete than that.
So not telling the books is not a big deal. Like I can tell them exactly which books I'll discuss over the next 52 weeks. That's not a problem. The part, so that's kind of sort of concrete. So there's this one guy who has 2 offerings.
Okay.
And you actually might like it. He has the Life Mastery Accelerator membership, or the Business Mastery Accelerator membership. All right. In that, there's 1 monthly group coaching call, and there's a community, and there are some courses that he has included in there, in that, as part of the whole thing.
Okay.
And that's it. So Life Mastery Accelerator is like $300 for the year, or $29 a month. Business Mastery is like $100 a month, or $1,000 a year, and comes with a monthly coaching call plus. So here's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
If I created a Business Mastery Accelerator, or Business Accelerator, or something like that,
right,
I sell the monthly group coaching call, and the live book summary discussions are a bonus.
Okay, I could see that. Yeah.
So the book summary discussions are a bonus, so nobody feels like they're paying for that as not as a bonus, but that's like the other add-on to it.
Right, exactly.
That's not the ultimate thing that is being sold. The end result that is being sold is business acceleration. And the live book summary discussions are part of that as well, but that's not the thing that's being sold.
Right.
Similarly, there could be the personal development accelerator, which would have the same components and would have the book summaries and would have the monthly calls, and you can join the book summary discussion whenever you want to.
Right.
And you can join the personal, the growth calls whenever you want to, the monthly calls.
Right. Yeah, I could see that for sure.
Huh?
Yeah, I think that would work.
So then one is sold for $100 a month, one is sold for $50 a month. One gets access to all the book summaries from business side of the things. One gets access to all the personal development book summaries.
And then you can sell an ultimate package for people that want everything, right?
Yeah, the ultimate package. Like actually business would include life maybe, or something along those lines.
Yeah, it's tiered. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then for the ones who are in the business group, I can upsell them to a personal coaching or personal mastermind, something of that nature.
Yeah. Okay.
So the tiered offerings. And the book summaries can always be sold separately, but wouldn't be the effort, wouldn't be the focal point of.
No, yeah, you'll just sell those to your non-responders, right? You can segment your lists where you've made the offer several times on the thing, and then you can you can periodically make the lower.
So what I can start selling to my list is, hey guys, I'm starting a business accelerator. It's going to be a monthly call and a community, Facebook community. And not only that, you will be able to join in on my live book summaries whenever you feel like it. Whenever I'm doing the summaries, you will be able to join in on them and get value out of that as well.
Yeah.
It's not like there's no specific schedule for those. You will know ahead of time, but that's about it. Whenever I'm doing them, you can come join me and talk about those books and talk about them. But that's not something that's sold as the primary driver.
Right.
Does that appeal to you more?
Yeah, no, I like that. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Why does that make more sense than the Book of the Month Club?
Why does it make more sense in the Book of the Month Club?
Mm-hmm.
Because it has a specific focus on what I'm trying to achieve, right? A goal, right? It has an outcome.
Right. Well, Business Accelerator by itself is pretty vague.
Well, I'm assuming you're going to define what the actual outcome of that is, right? What are you trying to help people to do? We should probably end this. I gotta jump off here.
Yep, we should end this. Josh is still in his minivan.
Yeah.
Buying up all of Pittsburgh.
Yep. All right, so we do our thoughts for the week.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's see. Why don't you go first?
All right. I guess I'll just riff off of this one. An email list is not necessarily an ATM. Like so many people have led you to believe, right? I think you can get to the point where you're like, oh, email list, ATM. Even in launch, Jeff Walker says your email list is like an ATM. Not quite true. You can't forget the first principles that got you to where you are. When you just because you launch something doesn't mean that you're going to make money, right? Sometimes, and it's good. I think as a lot of times, the lesson in life to learn is that when you have success, you should know why. It's not because you're awesome and everything you touch turns to gold, or that your email list is an ATM, right? Those are the things. When you have a string of successes, you can have a false belief that you have a superior trading ability, that you're an excellent poker player, that your list is an ATM, all of those kind of fallacies. And that's why you have to be very careful to know what actually led to success so that you can repeat it, because oftentimes a string of successes leads to epic string of failures because you move away from first principles.
Yeah, and I'm going to add to that thought by saying market research is one of the key components of any kind of product. So what I was doing here with John and what I've been doing over the last few days is a lot of market research, talking to my friends, trying to figure out what they would pay for, what kind of stuff they would pay for if I launched a new product or a specific kind of product. And I'll continue on that discussion. I've started with John here. I'll ask my list as well about it. I'm going to ask my other friends about it as well, to the point where the list can tell me if they are interested or somewhat interested in buying that damn thing, right? Yep. So if my market research indicates that nobody on my list really cares for the product, nobody is willing to pay even like $49 a month for something that I'll be charging $100 a month for within 2 weeks. If I don't get anyone to sign up, I already have a bad offer and I need to stop doing that thing and reconsider everything. So talking to the people, asking them, surveying them. I think surveys are important, but even more important is talking face-to-face or in some fashion, so you get a lot of real feedback from people as to what is valuable to them.
Yeah. A pre-sale is a good idea too.
Yeah, pre-sale is a great way to evaluate if the product is actually worth doing or not. You can always eject. That's the beauty of pre-sale. If it doesn't sell X number of copies, you say, all right, I'm not doing it.
Right, exactly. Yep. Just give refunds.
Just give the refunds. And that's something I guess you guys probably, I'm sure Josh had that all figured out. But yeah, that's the big part of it. It's having data from people is crucial for any kind of product launch or marketing effort.
Yep. All right.
Good time.
Get those Black Friday deals.
Time to go run up to my minivan and find Josh.
All right. See you next week.
All right, man. See you. Bye.